Hello everyone, very good evening. So we've had quite a lot of progress in our flight. We've been flying 12 hours and 26 minutes from Singapore Changi, and we're on our way to Munich, Franz Josef Strauss, just in time for München Mittwoch, which is VATGERmany's, sorry I got something in my mouth, which is VATGERmany's weekly event held on Mondays in Munich. Doesn't quite sound as nice in Munich Wednesdays, so München Mittwoch sounds good to me. Service we're operating today, we're operating Singapore 328 or an Airbus A350 900 from Singapore Changi to Munich. Flight time is 12 hours and 26 minutes. And of that 12 hours 26 minutes, you can see here at the bottom, we've been flying for 11:27, so about an hour now left in flight. So far the steam has been done in 3 sectors. We have taken a look at our departure procedures from Singapore International, from Singapore Changi, departing out to Kuala Lumpur, and we stayed on stream until we had just about started our E-top segment between Phuket and Chennai. Since then we've crossed the Indian subcontinent, we've crossed the Andaman Sea, the Bay of Bengal, the Arabian Gulf. We had a minor, probably an hour-long segment as we finished our crossing of the Arabian Sea, just over the Arabian Peninsula itself, and shortly up the Arabian Gulf we had a small chat about just things to look out for. GPS was a major conversation at that point, and outages and that kind of stuff. We flew over the Anatolian Highlands. Just now we have entered Hungarian airspace, so we're about to start preparation for our flight. I haven't been sitting idle, I promise you. Just didn't have a lot to talk about. So obviously we've just now passed the equitime point between Belgrade and Budapest, which were 2 airports that opted. And the other one I looked at and I'm pleased with is Vienna and Budapest. ETB between the two will be sequenced closest to this. That's it. So before this point we return to Budapest after we go to Vienna. They're all pretty close to each other, so we really can't go wrong. You know, it's just a matter of whose food you like better, which is also relatively similar as well. In preparation, we are going to take a look at if the controllers in Munich are quite available already or not. I'm just going to use, I think it was VATSPy or VATSIM map or something along those lines, just to see if those VATSIM radar, yeah, that's the one. Just going to take a look at VATSIM radar real quick to see if those guys are in fact active or not, and that should give us an idea of maybe what runway we can get. So Bratislava is active. I can see Vienna is I guess active. Munich is definitely active, so we can go ahead now and we can get our ATIS just to start the preparation for arrival. We were supposed to go up to flight level 400, and that was supposed to happen over the Anatolian Highlands. Unfortunately, while we were over Anatolia, there was another 737 above us that had occupied said level, so we never did get to climb. Nevertheless, we are estimating to land with 9.1, and we needed 5.8, which is the final reserve plus ultimate. So we're coming in with a healthy reserve of fuel, which is going to help us out if the event does get quite busy. The event timing specifically, I think we are arriving when it is relatively in the middle of the session. Session goes on from 17:30 Zulu to 20:30 Zulu. So it's been running for about an hour now, so I just think it's enough time for things to get up to speed. So we're going to go in there right in the hot mess of it, and it's going to be nice. We did the same a week ago. We went, we used Oman Air at that time. We did a flight from Munich to Muscat to Munich, and this time with the pleasure of landing once again in Munich, this time with a heavy. Controllers in Munich, as ever, were pretty good for München Mittwoch last week, and we expect actually the same. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead to ATC comms. That was previous use of TPDLC while we were with while we were with Sophia. That's no longer required. We're now going to go ahead and grab the arrival latest from Munich, and we're going to send that off as a request. Hopefully something's come up. I will do an arrival brief. Right now the arrival has not been set, and here we haven't received an arrival weather. It's just okay. Well, yeah, didn't actually give us a weather, so maybe München ATIS is not actually active. Let's see. That can't be quite right. I mean, they must be in session already. Now let's go take a look here. It's Munich ATIS information alpha at 1750 Zulu. Independent parallel ILS approaches 26 left and 26 right. Transition level 60, wind 3204, visibility is 10 kilometers, broken clouds at 700 feet, broken at 1000, overcast at 2900 feet, temperature is 1.0, QNH 1019er, tempo visibility 4000 meters, cloud broken 1000 feet. Honestly, when we left Singapore, we were also expecting maybe a little bit of snowfall on our arrival in Munich. Unfortunately, that hasn't quite happened the way we expected it to. Maybe a little bit of anti-ice news on the landing, and that's all I can expect. Very good. So there's a couple things I want to get started on before we. Well, let's get started. Let's start straight away. 26 left, 26 right views. I think we're gonna end up on 26 left, to be honest. Let's go up here and let's get some terminal charts out. I had a look at Doha a long time ago and past that. Munich, yeah. Let's see what the charts in Munich looks like. Airfield, aerodrome facility charts for Munich. 26 left. I think that's going to be the runway we're going to use. If you just excuse me for a quick second, I'd like to brush up on the NOTAMs, especially after such a long flight. It's nice to just kind of refresh your memory on what we're going to expect on arrival in Munich. Let's search. So Munich's Munich's NOTAMs, they specify increased bird activity within 1500 meters northeast of runway 08 left and 6 right due to organic waste recycling. Okay. Well, they know exactly why. The position of the Oscar Tango Tango DME VOR has been changed with an incorrect publication. Has been fixed. There's a correction to the frequencies published. For München ground is 121830. It's München ground south. München tower 120505. Also south tower. Alright, so München ILS DME associated with ILS runway 08 left, localizer coverage up to 17 nautical miles in sector, 33 degrees left to 35 degrees right in relation to runway centerline and distance to localizer. Minimum intercepting altitude in this area is 3,500 feet. Not really sure why. And the same for ILS glide path 08 right exit. So it's localizer on 08 left and the glide path on 08 right. It doesn't matter because we're landing 26. Monday to Friday between 6 and 19, which affects us. Today's a Wednesday. 26 right, work in progress within localized and glide path safety zones. ILS functionality is not affected. And the same thing also for 26 left. Work in progress. That's really all that's in progress in Munich. So in terms of NOTAMs. So I'm gonna go ahead here. Munich, we'll plan for runway 26 left. Final waypoint is NAPSA. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an ILS approach for 26 left via the NAPSA 26 transition. They don't tend to use ILSs there. So that's they don't tend to use stars there. It's more of these ILS transitions in the trombone. So that's gonna go ahead and we're gonna insert that, and I'll show you what that looks like just now. Yeah, so you enter, that's actually a pretty decent depiction. You enter at NAPSA, and then you do this whole spiel here before your final. At some point we're actually expecting from Red Bull and NAPSA to actually be cleared direct to something like this. So we can expect also track shortening with trends, which could be a potential threat to today's flight. But it's a threat that I'm definitely hoping for, so we can get down, get to the hotel ASAP, and relax after 11.5 hours of flight, 12 hours 30 by the time we land. Good. That's sorted out, and let me get that sorted. Let me get that out here as well. Yeah, super. So stars not going to be used. We're going to use the ILS 26 left. Let's get that played out. Yeah, you see that's the transition we're going to do, the NAPSA 26. NAPSA 467, 466. So these trombones essentially at some point we get turned on to final. Pretty simple. I don't see any restrictions on the arrival as well, so we're going to be, well, let's keep some smart speeds, right? Let's do like 250 knots here while we're turning 230. Once you're past the field, we'll go to clean speed, and then we'll configure as we get our turn in. I think that's an intelligent way to fly this aircraft. AGC charts, we're landing 26 left. We'll plan to vacate onto the right side here. We'll try Bravo 6, which gives us 2,200 meters. If we miss that, Bravo 4, 2,800 meters, but I don't see why we would miss Bravo 6. We're going to use brake to vacate today, so that's going to help us out a little bit as well. While we were on the subject of that, we'll then go parking. It's a Star Alliance, so we're probably going to park where Lufthansa parks on Terminal 2 as well. I see Mr. Perch. Procedure is going to be straight ahead, and then we make a left turn to the Autospec VOR. So 1 mile from Delta Mike Sierra, west of Delta Mike Sierra, or at 1900 minimum, whichever is later. We'll go left to Oscar Tango Tango, climbing to 5,000. Word of caution though, there might be guys on this arrival as we make that left turn to Oscar Tango Tango. So the speed is out. We might get that. We might get a notice to continue on runway heading, along with departures, which I think is more realistic. Climbing to 5,000. Transition level 60 as we got from the ATIS. Let's go ahead and put all that transition levels here. Manage Mach. Okay, fantastic approach. We're gonna land with config 3. Let me just go take a quick look at what the wind was. I've already forgotten. Alright, Munich was 320 at 4 knots, 1 degree 1019, 320 at 4 knots. Um, 1 degree here, 1019. Guys, just for the planning phase of it, I am going to use the Lido charts here, but I also have the Lido equipped here on an iPad by my side, so that's primarily where I'm going to be looking at while the flight is progressing. You could take a look at you could look at your charts, whatever you have, whether it's Lido or Jeppesen, but the information that's on there should be pretty much the same. My charts have a few additional things. Oh, it says here, maintain track and expect radar vectors below flight level 100. Clearances to altitude above transition level might be issued. So if they clear us to an altitude of 7,000 feet, we need to change the QNH ASAP. So it's good that we know the QNH already 1019. We can pre-select that 1019 here, 1019 there, just in case. We've got to make sure if the clearance is in level or altitude. When runway vacated, contact ground straight away. Beatles London NAPSA rocket procedures recommended rate of descent 1300 foot per minute or greater. That's a great recommendation. Thank you for it. I'm not going to follow it because 1300 foot per minute, especially if we're not getting a straight in, nah, not for me. If you are giving me a straight in, fantastic. I'll do greater than 1300, but I'm not being dismissive. No, I'm just being aware. We're going to save fuel going into busy traffic, so maybe we won't be there, you know. I mean, maybe we'll keep the fuel, you know. That being said, category 1 requires 550 meters visibility, 200 ceiling, and 1670 will be the bare minimum for a category Delta aircraft out of range. Yes, 1670 bare minimum. Done. Let's go ahead and set my favorite part about the A350. I'm gonna set the brake to vacate. Huh? Alright, that's not quite right. We had Singapore when we left, so I'm not really sure why it's not showing us now. Okay, I'm a bit of a bummer, so we're gonna go ahead and set runway condition code. I don't remember that being part of the ATIS. Let's go take a look. No runway condition code was received, so that's gonna be dry then. And sorry, not brake fence. Auto brakes can go. You know what? Auto brakes off. I know how to brake myself. Please contact Vienna 135.635. Let's go ahead and say hello. Being Seven Singapore 328 Heavy, flight level 380.
Singapore 328 Heavy, identified direct to VATSIM.
Direct to VATSIM Singapore 328 Heavy. Okay, we'll clear direct to VATSIM, which is practically where we're going anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, it's still the same heading. Good, so I think that's more or less an approach brief completed. We talked about the threat, the brake, the vacate doesn't work, so we're just going to take the right that we see, and as soon as we vacate we switch to ground. Wonderful. Some additional things I can tell you about Munich. They tend to slam you down, so you need to get down, keep your speed up, and then they're going to vec tune to the ILS anyway. Configuration's got to be a little bit more proactive. You rather like to wait for maybe flaps 2 speed before setting flaps 2 or something along those lines. Here I would just go ahead and get the configuration based on distance regardless of the speed, just provided it doesn't exceed any speed limits, because you want to be ready and configured for what they're going to ask you to do. For example, I'll tell you here on the chart, at 11 miles from the Alp, you might be at 200 knots. And then you'll be on the glide, descending, unable to decelerate. So it's just best to have your drag devices ready to go for you.
Emirates 13 uniform, direct to InVet.
Direct InVet, Emirates 13 uniform.
How's the volume for you guys?
Is
everyone hearing everything well?
Decimal 175, goodbye.
I'm curious how it is.
125, 175, FedEx 99965, please.
Qatari 50 Alpha, contact München radar, frequency 129er, decimal 1, goodbye.
129er, decimal 1, goodbye, Qatari 50 Alpha.
München Mittwoch. Ja, wunderbar. There's usually a step descent. Haven't been cleared one yet. I'm just going to look ahead and decide what that's going to be. I mean, the last time I flew in, we flew from also, of course, the Austria fire, but we were close to. Actually, we were quite close to Salzburg and Red Bull for the arrival. And we did get a descent, I believe it was 200 by Red Bull. So I'm not sure why we're not getting that today. But hey, if they don't say anything, we fly happy, eh? So I just want to take a look in terms of fuel and load. Minimum fuel, okay. What's the extra that we've got at the moment? How do we find that out? Oh yeah, extra 2.4 tons. That gives us 28 minutes of time for holes or whatever. Which I'm thrilled with. This is great. We didn't take anything extra from Singapore. It's just absolutely based on savings. We managed to climb a little bit higher earlier because we wanted to secure a level as we flew over the Indian Ocean. And I think because we managed to spend a little bit more time closer to optimum levels, we managed to save about, I think it was the amount of fuel we saved. How much was it now? 28 minutes worth of fuel. Let me go back and find it. Fuel envelope, there we go. Yeah, 2.5 tons extra compared to the 8.2. And we were originally supposed to land in Munich. Let me tell you with how much fuel. I don't actually have that information printed out in front of me. I really was hoping we'd be on the edge of lower visibility for our arrival.
Iran Air 2847, descent flight level 320.
Descent flight level 320, Iran Air 2847.
Iran Air, good to hear them. This far west, GG.
Singapore 328, report Mach number.
Mach decimal 85, Singapore 328.
Roger, maintain 85 or greater for sequencing.
85 or greater, Singapore 328. Do you have any descent restriction?
You can expect Red Bull at 140, but I will have to descend you earlier than your ideal path.
Roger, so we'll plan Red Bull 140 and standing by for descent at Singapore 328. Okay, so we got to get a
Descent flight level 390, 1,500 feet per minute or greater.
Plan is 340 and 1.
Seems good. Hungarian 70 Echo, descent flight level 290,
So
rate
we want
1,500 feet per minute or
at
greater.
14,000 at Red Bull.
Sending flight level 290, 1,500 or greater, Hungarian 70 Echo.
The station calling before, confirm that was Condor 319er.
Alright, so that brings us a little bit closer. I don't know how it is for you
Condor
guys, but
319, your
he's
readability is
in my
about
ear.
1. Can you please check your mic?
He's in my ear, it quite hurts.
Crazy, I do not understand a single thing you're saying.
Lima, Oscar Lima. Alright, Singapore 328. So he's going to descend us earlier than our ideal path, but it seems like it's going to be our ideal path anyway. Yeah, sorry, I was seeing how much fuel we're going to land with. So the plan had us arriving in Munich with 9.4 tons of fuel on board. We're landing with 8.7. So actually we haven't saved much. We're actually doing 700 kilos less than we had intended to arrive in Munich with. But because we haven't used much of a contingency, we probably have actually. Alright, let's not delve into the past. We got another 27 minutes of fuel, which is fantastic for holes. And they're usually very efficient, so we're probably not going to do 33 minutes. We're probably not going to do all of that. The alternate is Frankfurt. We don't need to set that up right now, but for whatever reason, if we're getting some additional holes longer than 33 minutes, we could start looking at possibly heading over to Frankfurt.
Iran Air 2847,
The only problem with
direct
Frankfurt is it's
Amadi,
also
descent flight
quite
level
busy.
170.
Alternatively, we could go to Prague. I just don't have scenery for Prague.
Descent
And I
flight
don't
level
like
170, Iran Air 2847.
Sparse
And direct
empty.
Amadi.
Alternatively,
Apologies,
Linz.
direct to Amadi, Iran Air 2847.
Let's see if Linz is something that we can probably go to. I don't know much about the PCA and ACN of operating in and out of
Hungarian
Linz,
70
but
Echo, contact Bratislava,
from purely
13475.
physical characteristics, runway 2850, we should be able to get down to in Linz.
Leipziger 1830, contact Wien 134675. Servus.
Contact Wien Radar 134675.
Oh, it's nice picking,
Leipziger 1830.
enjoying a chat with a stranger as we
That's
go
right.
along. This is someone who contacted me as we were flying past Anatolia, Anatolia, the highland part of Turkey, the eastern Turkish region, let's say. And he contacted me because he's a guy who went up to level 400. And we had a little back and forth about the levels and a small chat.
Green Radar, guten Abend, Qatari
that
26 Yankee, flight level
community is still alive
400.
and well.
Qatari 26 Yankee Heavy.
This is
guten Abend,
probably the
395.
fastest I've flown. That's a lie. I mean, I did fly Mach 1 when the Concorde was released, not the FS Labs, the DC Designs Concorde. I was never able to finish a flight. I don't think I quite understood the trim rebalancing system of it. It's definitely something I should look at once again, but I haven't quite wrapped my head around supersonic flights, so I don't think I'll be as useful as I think I'd be, and I'll probably just give you guys a lot of poor information that doesn't actually apply or doesn't really make sense. I'm quite pleased with how this is going. I'm pleased with everything that's done. So let's go ahead and do the approach. Oh, sorry, there's no descent checklist. So a lot fewer checklists than on a 737, so I'm a little bit lost there. So we've got the descent checklist to do as well. Below us is the Alps. I can see some of the tops peeking out. It's looking very Christmassy down there.
Singapore 328, descent flight level 320.
That's us. Descent now, flight level 320, Singapore 328. Okay, 320.
Yeah, good evening, Ryanair 8603 with you inbound
Mach
special flight
descent
level
nav.
380.
So it's doing decimal 87.
Ryanair 8603, levels identified. Proceed direct uplift.
Direct uplift, Ryanair 8603.
Ryanair 2847, rate of descent 1,500 feet per minute or greater.
So manage is 313. So I'm going to do 86. Ah, you said 85, okay.
Singapore 328, rate of descent 2,000 feet per minute or greater.
2,000 foot per minute or greater, Singapore 328. Thrust out open descent.
Euro 7150, several
Alright, I'm the pilot flying, I'm the captain. I'm
direct
supposed to go
tarmac.
ahead and make a PA to advise the passengers that we're about to start a descent, give them some information.
Singapore 328,
But we're
contact
gonna-
in radar frequency 132.190, goodbye.
132.190, Singapore 328, goodbye. One 132.190, that's swapped.
Active and flight level 170.
Okay, we're doing 2,000 at greater.
Max.
Gain several Singapore 328 heavy, passing flight level 357, 320, 2,000 foot per minute or greater.
Singapore 328, wind radar servos, radar contact, proceed direct Red Bull, descent 140 to reach at Red Bull.
Direct Red Bull descent, flight level 140, level by Red Bull, Singapore 328. Okay, 140, direct to Red Bull. Now we can insert the direct.
591, descent now, flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140,
So that's the clearance, descend 140 level by Red Bull, so Mach descent and let it keep going. 1,000 foot per minute, there's no rush. Unless you specifically wanted 2,000 foot per minute, but you just said something along the lines of keep the descent going. Wouldn't have told us to reach 140 by Red. At least that's how I understand it. If I'm misunderstanding, please let me know. On YouTube or on Twitch, wherever you are on the chat, I'll be able to see it. Yeah. I can see the top of an Alp sort of peeking out here.
Singapore 328 on conversion, speed 280 knots or greater.
On conversion speed 280 knots or greater, Singapore 328. Okay, that's fine. We're converting to 315 knots.
Alex 591 on conversion, speed 270 knots or less.
On conversion speed 270 or less, Alex 591.
313 is going to be our conversion speed, so we're not going to be stressful with anybody. There's this guy here, 1,400 foot per minute below us, probably converging on Red Bull as well. Let's see, so that's probably where he's working out a lateral separation for us, so that we end up at Red Bull at different times, so we don't overload the engine. But I'm quite pleased with this. I mean, I'm doing 885, transitioning onto 313 knots, which is compliant with all the clearances that I've received. So I understand on yesterday's stream, on our flight to Moscow, the air traffic control wasn't, well, we couldn't hear the air traffic controller that well, which is why today I've turned up the ATC volume a little bit. So I would like to know if you guys do hear ATC when they talk, and if not, please let me know so I can bump up the volumes so that everybody's happy with what they can hear. Once we get below flight level 200, I'm going to do less talking. Just maybe some pointers on how we do the energy management.
Moment, contact Innsbruck 138.975, service.
138.975, also 90 Mike, city.
Okay.
Rolling 445, taxi, holding point 33 via Lima, QNH 1019.
I'm not sure people know what mashallah means, but I appreciate the thought. Tyrolean? Oh, I haven't heard Tyrolean in a long time. I thought they were defunct. Fear not, it's a glass of rosé. It is non-alcoholic, so I'm still compliant with all the regs. So just wanted to refresh my palate a little bit. Let's take a look at this plane from outside. Oh,
Going 3 Tango Victor, Wien.
can't really see much because it's dark.
Go
But I
ahead.
assure you it looks amazing down there.
3 Tango Victor, contact München 129.1.
You can see a little bit of the scattered lighting. So I'm using now the Sim Update 4 Beta. It is spectacular performance compared to before. I can tell because I'm now using the iniBuilds A350, which has also had an update. I'm using this now without lossless scaling. In fact, I haven't touched lossless scaling for a while now. I still hope I have it installed. I need to go take a look. But lossless scaling also, I mean, if you have it, great app. But I haven't had to use it. It's amazing. The night lighting is more true to life. And if you had caught my first stream, the only thing I'm sort of missing a little bit right now is the weather radar. Something more realistic would be much appreciated. I mean, this is fine. I mean, it makes it look alive, but it's horrendously inaccurate. And we found out it was horrendously inaccurate on our departure from Singapore, because around the northern tip of Indonesia there was a cyclone, and we could see sort of cyclonic weather, high elevation clouds and all that stuff. And this thing was just painting a sky full of green, which is, well, in its defense, yes, it's not a threat, but it would not even be a real display in real life. It's a non-event, you know. Because if you're just showing everything in green or in yellow, you just end up becoming complacent, almost oblivious to it. It's kind of like the weather radar that cried wolf, you know. It'll tell you something's red and you fly to it, and actually, you know what, it's not too bad.
Lufthansa 31 Alpha Papa level 175, climbing 100 inbound Mebec.
Alright, so on that front, the weather radar is going off. Don't really have any reason for it.
2 minutes.
Mazur 3 Whiskey arrival and copy 31 Alpha Papa.
I realize that's now an option that's presented to us from iniBuilds. Nice option, just quite a lot like the A340, as I said. Good. You can see quite a lot of lights already.
Line 3035 in radar
Thinking
service.
about it's going to be a busy event, I think, yeah. Here is Salzburg, about 30-ish miles, 35-ish miles.
1091 for continuous climb, fly heading 085.
Salzburg is an interesting airfield to fly into. I mean, in normal ops, no worries. But if it's somewhere you need to
Radar,
go,
good.
cold or off,
Guten
low
Abend,
visibility,
Lufthansa Bravo Mike,
lowish
descending
visibility,
270,
any kind of stoppage or control problems, it gets
Lufthansa
interesting.
Bravo Mike, radar service, radar contact is flight level 130, Richard Amadi.
Flight level 130, reaching Amadi, Lufthansa Bravo Mike.
InRadar, guten Abend. Qatari 26 Yankee, flight level 320.
Qatari 26 Yankee, radar service, radar contact, descent 140, Richard Red Bull.
140 at Red Bull, Qatari 26 Yankee.
Hier noch einmal Tango, established. In einem Tango, Dankeschön. Wind variable 2 knots, runway 34 center, clear to land. 34 center, clear to land, City Analyze.
Yeah, so the VSD is obviously gone to cock.
Zero is now 445.
I'm not entirely sure if that's
Wind
where
variable
that
3 knots, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, the constraint is in fact there. So I'm not sure why she thinks she's supposed to be there. And I can't turn it off, can I? Because it's...
Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike, speed 280.
In my head is throwing the picture...
280 knots, Lufthansa 9 Bravo
I'm just
Mike.
tossing the picture out, you know, but obviously it's correct. So I've got 3,000 that's 9,000 views. I get the strange impression that the aircraft isn't actually going to be read with flight level 140. So I am going
Lufthansa
to
31 Alpha Papa, climb flight level 230.
Yeah, because we
Climb level 230, Lufthansa 31 Alpha Papa.
She was never there in terms of getting to Redwood, flight level 140. Let's see. Yeah, because obviously the path is a little bit messed up. 140 should be all the way down there. Maybe it's something I've done incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure we have advised the aircraft that we started the descent. Yeah, so I think it should have recalculated the path, but then again, you know, that's why we're here. We're the ones flying the airplane at the end of the day, and
Radar could be being level 398 Tango, flight level 400.
I'll pull speed a little bit as well and do 320 knots just to
135,
guarantee
65,
that we'll get there.
About
Before we get into
135,
Munich, let's
65,
update the ATIS for Munich.
Legend 398 Tango, wind radar service, radar contact.
No, that's... That's not quite the ATIS, that's not what I'm getting. What about if I ask for this? Median there.
Legend 398 Tango, direct Rattenberg, Romeo Tango Tango.
Just trying to get an ATIS actually from Benson
I'm
to
going
get
to
show
pass
you.
for 2 minutes.
No.
Is approved, report back.
Okay, so there's something else we needed to do because as we had flown to the Middle East, we had turned off our GPS so that we wouldn't be spoofed. We're going to go ahead and turn the GNSS back
Singapore
on.
328, contact München, arrival 128, correction 120, 780, service.
120.780. Singapore 328, servus, danke.
Lufthansa 31 Alpha Papa, climb flight level 290.
20780.
29.
München, hello, climb to flight level 190.
190, just confirm, unfixed.
FM.
Mission Servos, Singapore 328, heavy information, Bravo. Airbus A350 passing flight level 166 for flight level 140.
Singapore 328, München, hello, information Bravo. Servus, Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike, passing flight level 163, descending flight level 130, enter DSS Super.
Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike, München Radar, hello, information Bravo, cleared NAPSA 26 transition.
Information Bravo, cleared NAPSA 26 transition, Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike.
Approach summit 591.
926 left wet because one of them said it was.
Comex 591 München
I need to
Radar,
check with
hello,
this guy again.
identified information Bravo, cleared NAPSA 26 transition.
Information Bravo, NAPSA 6 Bravo, transition summit 591.
Color Sky 1606,
We
cleared
didn't actually
Betos
get a clearance,
26
we got
transition,
a
descend to
confirm
flight
that,
level
okay.
110.
Cleared Betos 2 Golf transition, correction, Betos 26 transition, and
Clearance.
flight level 110.
Let's go back 310 knots. München Singapore 328.
06, just to confirm, Betos 26 transition.
Betos 26, Betos 26 transition, Golf.
Vielen Dank.
München Singapore 328.
Singapore 328, go ahead.
Yeah, we just want to confirm the last instruction was a confirmation that we have information Bravo. We're just waiting for approach transition.
Singapore 328, descend to flight level 110, cleared NAPSA 26 transition.
Descent flight level 110, the NAPSA 26 transmission, Singapore 328. I'm pretty sure he didn't
Singapore
forget.
328 revision, descend to flight level 130.
Stop descent level 130, Singapore 328. Okay, so we're doing fine for the minute.
München, guten Abend, Red Nose 768 inbound soon, flight 160.
Red Nose 768,
Let's go to set 280 knots.
hello,
So this guy,
identified, cleared
1004.
Betos 26 transition into Bravo.
So he's 250
Watch your
below
Bravos
us.
on board for Bretos 26
He's at the
position,
same level
Red
as
Nose
us.
768.
Might be.
Color Sky 1606, reduce speed to
I don't think he's
250
the one
knots.
in
Looking for
conflict.
250 on Color Sky 16.
Alright, here we go.
Austrian 188, contact Wien radar on
Just want to
132.19
verify and make sure that there is in
approaches.
fact no
132,
restrictions. Yeah, no restrictions, no speed restrictions, no nada.
Singapore 328, descend to flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110, Singapore 328 heavy. Okay, let's do 1,000 feet per minute now while trying to decelerate to 280, which we have attained.
Comex 591, reduce speed to 40 knots.
Reduce speed 40 knots, Comex 591.
Let's go down to 250 knots here.
Singapore 328, descend to flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, Singapore 328. Descent
Singapore
level
328, contact München 127.955, just.
127.955, Servus, Singapore 328.
Color Sky
München, Singapore 328 heavy.
Singapore 328, hello, identify, descend altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1019.
Descend altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1019, Singapore 328 heavy. Okay, so we are going to get a shortcut. Let's do 6,000 feet. Let's keep it at 260 knots. Let's get going. This is technically going to be icing conditions. We are in clouds, temperature is -6, but I believe the Airbus just takes care of it by itself.
Singapore 328, speed 240 knots or greater.
Speed 240 knots or greater, Singapore 328. Fine, let's do 270. Once we pass NAPSA, we'll slow down again.
Aerodienst 469, turn left,
I think
heading
he's trying to get
110.
us ahead on this arc.
Left 110,
Sorry, on this trumbo, so somebody here can go
Singapore
past
328,
us.
turn right, heading 330.
Right heading 330, Singapore 328. Okay, nice tank.
And you can expect ILS 26 left.
We'll plan ILS 26 left, Singapore 328. Okay, it's 10,000 feet, let's get the belts on. No PDDs, no mobiles. We're literally going to have no fun whatsoever. Landing lights are on.
Color Sky 1606, München radar identified, hello, expect ILS 26 left.
Expect ILS 26 left, Color Sky 16.
Okay, just until we're past that, I'm not gonna select anything yet. Until we're past the downwind leg, because he might just tell us to go to Delta Mike 459 or something. So let's stick to this. 240 knots or greater was the instruction. I think we're doing
Singapore 328, contact arrival 132.305, ciao.
132.305, Singapore 328, ciao. Arrival Singapore 328 heavy.
Singapore 328, hello, 26 left, descent at on rate, altitude 5,000 feet.
On rate descent at 5,000 feet, Singapore 328, and we've been advised speed 240 knots and grade speed still required.
F1, please keep it for the moment.
Okay, speed 240 or greater, Singapore 328. Okay, cabin's ready, that's great. We are ducking under the glide path a little bit, just because we're maintaining the speed a bit longer. And that's going to be important to us because at some point we're going to have to bleed that speed out and configure for a stable burst. Sorry, I've got the hiccups now. Maybe that's too much to say for the evening. Okay, that definitely looks like we're getting a turn onto the final slip.
Singapore 328, reduce on speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, Singapore 328. Okay, 220 knots. Let's go ahead and set that. We'll be on BS, we'll do 500 feet per minute. Direct. An LB. With the inbound course of 261.
Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike, passing flight level 9R6, descending 6,000 feet.
There was also 9 Bravo Mike.
Good. I'm pleased with that. Enter. And we can insert direct to. We'll just make sure we're still on the heading as cleared. Fast transition level. Altimeter is 1019er. Except on the standby 1019 across the board.
Situation left heading 290, cleared LS from 26 left.
Left heading 290, cleared out as approach from way 26 left. Singapore 328. So you've still kept us relatively fast for our flaps, but we have been cleared for the ILS. Both sides is correct. India Mike Sierra Whiskey, that's ILS Munich Southwest runway, which is us, which is where we're going, and the approach mode is armed. Glide slope and localizer armed. Let's go ahead and select the second autopilot as well. It's not going to be an auto launch, but better that we have it this way. Checklist, management next. The approach checklist, our reference, both of us on QNH 1019er. Seatbelts are on. Minimums are set to 1670. Runway condition is 5 for drizzle. Auto brakes are medium. Okay. Checklist complete. We'll do idle reverse for the touchdown. Alright, so there's a little bit about what I was saying, keeping the speed up in Munich. So we're gonna get started with the flaps. Flaps 1. Just want to make sure that the approach mode has been activated. No, not yet. Activate approach. Yes, please do.
Lufthansa Bravo Mike, descent 5,000 feet.
Descent 5,000 feet, Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike.
Singapore 328, free speed, contact 120-505, bye.
Free speed 120-505, Singapore 328, goodbye.
Lufthansa Bravo Mike, turn left heading 310, speed to 20.
120.
Left is 310, speed to 20, Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike.
I think it's tar, but let's just wait. So you see here is still idle thrust, which is good even though we're level. We're trying to get the glide to hit the exact same time we get 180. Glide slope captured. Mr. Berg also 5,000 is set. Let's go for flaps 2.
Right 0, contact radar 127955, tschüss.
Radar 17955, movement 80, taxi service, thanks for
Major Tower, Servo Singapore 328. 9 miles on the ILS approach to 650.
Singapore 328, tower, hello.
Speed 160 set. So we did 180 to 10, we'll do 160 to 4. Genuinely thought he'd clear us to land already, but just hello.
2,500.
Major engine anti-ice on conditions here, but it seems that she can't take care of herself. I mean, do I need to actually go ahead and put that on? I guess doesn't help. Reduce to final approach speed Singapore 328. Damn, give.
Tower, good evening, Austrian 186.
Okay, final approach.
Austrian 186, tower, good evening, keep it rolling, wind 330 degrees, 4 knots, 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Go down.
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, Austrian
Oh, there it
186.
says ice not detected down, so I guess it is automatic, so we'll turn that off then. We'll go for a final stage of landing flaps. Oh, now you ice.
So we're getting 187 behind off.
Alright, engine anti-ice is on.
187, tower, good evening.
Alright, runway's inside. I think it's going to be a late landing clearance, so I just kept the lights on, so I'm not going to be doing everything right at the end. Last look at the checklist, landing checklist, everything is green. Landing checklist complete, Mr. Pershulty is set, we're just waiting for clearance to land. Oh no. Oh no, please don't tell me. I think I might have forgotten to mix the scenery. Light drizzle here in Munich, very nice. Wipers can go intermittent, medium, intermittent fast, both sides.
1,000.
Tower Servus, das dann Banana Bravo Mike ILS 6 left.
Also Mike, tower, Servus.
Right, manual flight from here. Bear in mind, we still haven't received our landing clearance. Hopefully that comes soon. Oh no, I think I actually am landing in a default airport. Which is even worse because I actually disabled the Asobo default airport. He's off the runway. We should get our landing clearance any second now. Clear me please.
500.
So 328, wind 330 degrees, 4 knots, 26 left, clear to land.
Clear land runway 26 left, Singapore 328. Not bad.
187 reports, landing Singapore A350, short final inside.
100 above.
Traffic is ice, lift us 187.
So the 187 behind mentioned traffic, line up and wait, runway 26 left behind.
Minimum.
Landing.
Continue.
Runway 26 behind,
The 9 Bravo Mike, reduce to final speed.
taking to final speed, just under 9 Mike.
50.
Austrian Light 6, correct departure, 127, 955, ciao.
Second frequency for Austrian 186.
127, 955.
127, 955, ciao.
5.
I didn't hear the touchdown. On the brakes. I think it's Bravo 8, Bravo 6. Doesn't matter, we're off here.
The 187, wind 310 degrees, 3 knots, 26 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, please. 187.
Singapore 328, continue contact ground 121.830, ciao.
Switch to ground 121.830, Singapore 328, ciao.
Nana Bravo Mike, preceding traffic is rolling, expect clearance on short runner.
Nana Bravo Mike.
Hello, München ground, Singapore 328, exit Bravo 6.
Singapore 328, München ground, Servus, taxi right, Sierra, I call you for further.
Continue right to Sierra, Singapore 328 heavy. Alright, that's it, continue right to Sierra. It seems to be some sort of rain mixed with snow.
Taxi to entry Sierra 7 via Sierra.
Taxi to entry Sierra 7 via Sierra, Singapore 328. So I'm not too concerned about the flaps being jammed or something, and they didn't spend a lot of time out in icing conditions anyway. So let's take those up. Let's kill some of these lights here. Honestly, I think that was a pretty good landing. And I half wish I recorded it so we can see from the outside. I think it was actually pretty good. Let's leave the engine anti-ice on for the taxi in. For the rest of it, let's go ahead and we don't need the PWS. We don't need TCAS Matara. You just set that on standby. Oops, going off the wrong way. Surveillance TCAS standby. Yep, that's intentional. You can clear that message. Yeah, so 12 hours and 20 minutes, ladies and gents, was the flight time from Singapore Changi to München from South. We left a pleasant, warm Singapore at about 27, 28 degrees, and we're now here in Munich where the temperature is close to freezing. Just in time for Christmas. So we're now on Sierra. The entry here is Sierra 4. So we got 1, 2, 3 to go. We're going to Sierra 7. I'll go ahead and start a timer, but once we know our final parking position, we'll shut down the, I think we'll have more than 3 minutes at that point, so once we know our final parking position, we'll go ahead and shut down the engine that's on the
wanted to
inbound.
Foxtrot, contact tower 118.705, calls in only service.
So it turns out the scenery was in fact loaded. This is the updated SimWings EDDM. I've had it for a few years. It was, I think, one of the first things I bought on Flight Simulator.
Sierra 7 via Sierra.
Sierra 7 via Sierra, Lufthansa Nana Bravo Mike.
I don't know about you guys, but I have this feeling that it's starting to look slightly dated.
Alpha, contact tower 10.505.
Still pretty good, of course,
calls in only service.
but somehow dated.
Tower 120.505, calls in only, Boston Zurück Alpha, Dankeschön, servus.
We're going to Terminal 2, Terminal 5.
Juliet Tango München ground, servus. Taxi to entry November 1 via Mike Alpha 4.
Or maybe I just imagine, maybe it isn't dated after all. I don't know. So compared to some of these newer sceneries, it looks old.
Juliet Tango
Maybe
entry
it's because I've had it for a
November
long
1.
time, but I don't know.
Entering November 1 via Mike and Alpha 4.
Ground, guten Abend, Lufthansa Sierra Mike, approaching November 4.
This is the maximum taxi speed.
Sierra Mike München ground, servus. Taxi to holding point 26 right via November Alpha 13.
November Alpha 13 to holding point 26 right, Lufthansa Sierra Mike.
Okay, bring it down to 15
Ground,
knots.
servus, Lufthansa 3 Juliet, approaching November 4.
Lufthansa 3 Hotel Juliet München ground, servus.
Yeah, that
Taxi to
didn't
holding
work at all.
point 26 right via November Alpha 13.
Juliet, holding
I'm
point 26
genuinely
right,
excited to think
November
that
Alpha
it is
13.
snow. I'm quite excited about that.
328, next left, contact apron 121.710 service.
Next left, apron 121.710, Singapore 328. Thank you, service.
Lufthansa 259 Yankee, schönen guten Abend on November 4.
259 Yankee München ground, servus. Taxi to holding point 26 right via November Alpha 15.
November Alpha 15 to 1926 right, Lufthansa 259 Yankee.
254, contact tower 118.705, call us in only service.
Oops. Okay, don't text and fly. Did I actually go off?
Charlie traffic in the distance and your links is waiting for you. Perfecto, ground 1.
No, not yet. Less.
1-1-9-8. 550. Your wings 258 at number 2, continue to number 4, and contact ground 1-1-9-8, Charlie.
1-1-9-8, in Hamburg,
Lufthansa 256, request push and start.
Lufthansa 256, please check your squawk 35.
Parking brake set.
Okay, 3546, but I get it different, but it's okay.
Windmill 503, taxi initially to entry Sierra Minor, first orange, then blue line.
Initially to entry Sierra 9, orange, and then the blue line. Windmill 506.
Engine apron, Singapore 328 at entry Sierra 7.
Singapore 328, hello to you, your stand is 250, taxi all the way on the Whiskey 2 until reaching the stand.
Continue taxi on Whiskey 2 until reaching stand 250, Singapore 328 head. Okay, so
Lufthansa
250 is
push and
on the
start.
right side, and they like us on Whiskey 2 all the way, and I guess the lead-in line
Confirm
takes us
Lufthansa 256.
up straight into 250.
Unit
Okay.
ground, Lufthansa 1 Echo Romeo, stand 216, information Charlie, ready for push.
So last thing's going to be off the right side. Let's save a little bit of additional fuel. Right tank, sorry, right engine number 2 or right engine. Yeah, engine number 2 here, shut down.
Engine apron, this is Lufthansa 435, short of November 3.
Fantastic.
435, hello, enter by November 3.
Close, because engine's off.
Taxi via Whiskey 2, but hold short of Delta 2.
It's quite interesting. I don't actually think we're supposed to do that. We have a procedure at our airline when we're using engine anti-ice. It assumes that there's obviously icing conditions.
Whiskey 2,
So
short to Delta
we
2
are
for Lufthansa
prohibited
435. Also in the
from,
scenery, there seems to be something on the bridge. I'll see if I can get through it.
Yeah, it's like a big square block on the scenery. Yeah. So yeah, our airline has a policy where if you're using engine anti-ice, you don't shut down the don't do two engine shut. You don't do single engine taxi. And obviously this is a sim, and I know better, so we're just gonna do this. To tell us Delta 3 behind us.
It's just becoming clear. Expect back look 2 minutes.
But for now, holding short, well, hold that set, Sierra 7, Lufthansa 9 number 1.
With the 503, continue to entry Sierra 8 via the blue
I have the
line
feeling that this gentleman's waiting for us, so I'm trying to expedite past
Blue line,
so he can get going, or she can get going.
Singapore 327, once you pass the Lufthansa Airbus 320 at your right wing, on the right then and continue via Echo 2 towards stand 250.
Okay, once we're clear of the A320 off the right wing, we'll take Echo 2 for stand 250, Singapore 328.
From the 435, perform a left turn now, taxi Delta 1 and Echo 2, stand 249 Alpha.
Lufthansa 435, we seem to be stuck in some scenery. Can you please stand by just 1 second to see if I can zoom out?
Lufthansa 98 Tango at number 3. Hello, 98 Tango. It will be stand 219 Alpha later.
Oh my days, I'm stuck.
219 Alpha.
We are in apron 2 satellite 250.
Taxi by Echo 2 to entry 11.
Let's get Swissport to fix us.
Singapore 350 headed.
There we go. Tax lights off.
To entry 4 via Echo 2, Lufthansa 9 Echo Papa, and keep wait via Sky Alliance, sorry.
Lufthansa 9 Bravo Mike, taxi initially forward via Whiskey 2, but hold shot of Delta 3.
Taxi Whiskey 2, hold shot Delta 3, Lufthansa 9 Bravo.
Okay, I can tell you already this is quite a fast entry. Slow down. Here we go. This is the speed.
Von der 98 Tango, taxi in sequence, stand to 1.
No!
Yeah,
Come on.
in sequence to
This is embarrassing. We're giving her a decent amount of juice to get her going.
Von der 9 Bravo Mike, when clear of the
6,
wind, Airbus
5.
321 from the right, perform a right turn, Delta 3, Echo 3, stand 317.
A little bit more
Clear
power.
Delta 3, Echo 3, stand
4,
317,
3,
Lufthansa 9 up,
2, 1.
Lufthansa 435, we fixed it. Sorry about that. Say instructions again, please.
Wonderful. 0, 0, 0. Parking brake is set. AP is available. We'll shut down the other.
2 short Delta 2, Lufthansa 435. Thank you. Sorry for the...
Engine ITI is off on that side.
No problem, it's a known
Beacon. Seatbelts. You guys can start smoking, start using your phones. And we've made it, ladies and gents. Here we are now. One piece in Munich.
Lufthansa 256 is now okay.
And I'll just make sure that everything is ready. Slides, disarmed.
9 Echo Papa, contact ground, 1-1, 998, goodbye.
1-4, 9 Lufthansa Echo Papa, goodbye.
Yep, they're all disarmed.
246, pushback approved, facing south.
Let's get the chocks
Facing
on.
south, Lufthansa
GPU on,
256.
air conditioning unit on. We can then release the
From the 1
parking
Echo
brake.
Romeo, push approved, face north.
APU's on
Push approved,
bus
face
coming
north,
up
Lufthansa 1
now.
Echo Romeo.
The Excel power is on bus. APU
Many
is
grand
bringing
evening, Lufthansa 6 Papa Yankee, ready for pushback and
Yeah, we can go ahead and turn off all the fuel pumps.
Lufthansa 98 Tango, cleared via center 2,
And...
but stay all the time.
Oh no, I forgot to turn on the logo. Okay.
219,
It's alright.
yeah, Whiskey 2, Lufthansa
checklist.
Via
Parking checklist. Parking brakes and chocks are set. We got the chocks in.
Come again for
Engines are off.
Lufthansa
Ring
98
lights off.
Von der 98 Tango via center 2.
Via
Yeah,
center
they're
to swing over now
Fuel
or
pumps
at
off. The
Delta?
parking checklist is complete.
Right now, please.
Alright, that was a nice long flight. Let's take a look at how long that
And
was.
it's,
Block time of
it's
12 hours and
London
45
West
minutes.
901,
Flight time of
we
12
are
hours
ready
and
for
20.
pushback.
Otherwise, to another 1, hello, push approved, facing south.
We did pretty well, I think, over everything considered. Nice
Lufthansa 435.
long day out at work.
Oh,
Disappointment.
shoot. Okay. What do you want us to do?
Lufthansa 1 Echo Romeo, hold your position.
Full position, 1 Echo Romeo.
From the 9 Tango, hold your position.
I'm holding position, 9 Tango.
Oh shoot. You need to file an ASR, my friend.
Lufthansa 435, now there's a dead end. Continue now, straight ahead via Whiskey 2, hold short Delta 4.
Whiskey 2 short Delta 3. Lufthansa
4.
Short of Delta 4.
Short Delta 4. Lufthansa 4.
Okay, I think he's a little bit flustered, but it happens to all of us, you know. Nothing a little ASR can't fix.
Lufthansa 98 Tango, we have
There's our beat, the Singapore Airlines. Airbus A350 900, she's taking good care of us. On our journey here,
One Echo Romeo, sorry for the inconvenience.
all the way from,
Oh.
it seems that I was stuck, so
I'm
it's
still
taking
taking
good care of
continue
us
push, 1 Echo
all the way
Romeo.
from Singapore. Has done a fantastic job this afternoon, evening, and we've had a good time with her. So thanks very much for joining us again on the stream. We hope you found it fun. We hope you've enjoyed the landing. I'm not really sure why the camera keeps getting stuck. That's something I need to be looking into for the next time.
Munich
Probably
ground,
going to end up
hello,
streaming in the
EV 1
next
November Echo with you
week,
holding point Alpha 6
or within the
requesting
week,
taxi
let's see.
8115 Alpha.
But yeah, if you are watching, hit like, I guess, follow for sure, and you'll get notified next time I go back on stream. And if you have any suggestions for something cool, just hit me up, and we can plan something fun. Alright guys, once again, thanks for joining me. Have yourself a wonderful week.
Lufthansa 466 stand there.